Hello, everyone. Leafy16 here, and today, I am going to be reviewing my BFDI plushies and play some more TPOT Roblox, and maybe look at some BFDI what if scenarios from BFDI, BFDIA, IDFB, BFB, and TPOT, and possibly BFDIE. Currently looking at a TPOT one. But first, before we get into that, I'm going to be reviewing the BFDI plushies that I got them from order. That I got them in. Comment if you want to see the plushies. I'll be waiting. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna review them anyway. Anyways, I only have 4. Yeah, I don't really have a lot. But the first plushie I'm going to be reviewing is the pen plush. Yeah, I got them for Christmas, and along with the gelatin jelly lamp. I also got the fiery fire lamp too for Christmas, but it wasn't at my house though. The limbs and stuff. Here's his little side note showing you who he really is. I just hope he wins Teapot. My predicted final 3 for Teapot is him, Golf Ball, and Fanny. I just don't know why, but I just feel like those guys would make the perfect final 3. Like, for real. For reals. Like, really. And before I go on to the next plushie, I'll reveal the sticker. Here is his sticker that reveals that I got him. And there is more on the backside. I'll show you in a minute. Here we have Fries, Marker, Rocky, and Clock. 3/4 of these characters have plushes of their own, except Clock, who does not have one. Well, he does, but it's a bootleg. I'm talking about real plushies, like the real pen plush, if you know what I was talking about there. Next plushie. Next plushie is my absolute favorite. I got the goat herself, Leafy. Leafy, my favorite plushie. I just really like her. I just really do. She's just the best at everything. I like her design. The limbs are cool. And here's her sticker, so you can see what she is. And let me get her sticker so you know it's her. Here she is. And on the back side, it's Woody and Bubble. Next plushie. Next one's going to be a really small one. Fiery Jr. I got this for my birthday. Same with Leafy. And I just like this character. And I know he's a smaller version of Fiery, but whatever. He's pretty cool and all. I'll show you guys a sticker. Just a soda can I moved. It's a sticker. And the people on the back are Loser, Saw, Queenie, and Pie. And my last one is the only free smarter, Bubble. This one's a pretty cute plushie. Just look at her. She almost looks a bit like Snowball when because well, she just does. But yeah. Here's her. Here is her sticker. I forgot to review Fire Juniors. I'll show you guys in a second. Here was a Fiery Juniors tag. Here's back to Bubble. Here was her tag. And the last part we're going to show is her sticker. We got Bubble. And on the back, it's Ruby, Book, Nickel, and Pencil. Well, that's all the BFDI plushies I have for now. I'm getting more in the future. My next suggestions are either Flower, Teardrop, Pencil, or Coiny. And I'm most likely going to get Coiny next because of how far he made it into BFDIA. Originally, people thought he was going to be the winner because of his massive popularity, but he got all over Needle. And at least Teardrop fans got justice because if you look back in BFDIA 4, where Teardrop was unfairly eliminated due to someone rigging her votes to get her out just to save Coiny, well, at least Teardrop got justice. And speaking of that, BFDIA has its final two contestants, Book or Needle. And BFDIA 25 is supposed to be coming out soon, and we don't really know who is really gonna win. I might think that Book's probably gonna win because she might have the most votes, but Needle could have a chance. But yeah, who do you think deserves to win, Book or Needle? I'll make a poll of votes so you guys will decide who will win. Hello there. I'm watching a BFDI What If called What If Everyone Switched to TPOT? I'm watching part 2 because I don't feel like watching part 1. This one was made by Revolve, and it's a pretty good video, I'm not going to lie. And we're on TPOT 9 for right now, and let's just go to elimination because why not? Hold on. Anyways, we're now on to the elimination. Save for Leafy, Price Tag, and Pillow. The bottom two are Book and Nickel. They were Pillow's first two victims, so it makes sense they fell to the bottom. Even with another team up for voting ball, I doubt it changes the outcome. Book would still survive. And apparently he doesn't have much to say about Nickel, so we can move on. The first two save here are probably unchargeable, but his order is Teardrop, then Pin, and Fiery's. Moments with Leafy allow him to avoid the bottom two. Speaking of, it's Coiny and Gelatin. The other three on this team all had pretty big standout moments, so it's not surprising to see these two in the danger zone. I think it's a clear distinction here that makes the survivor obvious. It's Gelatin. I think it's fairly obvious that Pin and Coiny both have a lot of overlap in terms of their fans. If you like one of them, chances are you like the other. With Pin having her big moment, it's very likely a decent chunk of Coiny supporters switched to voting for her instead of him. Besides of how early Coiny got zombified, he barely got any screen time anyways, which just seals the deal. So even though he made it past one more episode, he's still an early out. But anyways, oh, both coins are out. Yeah, you're pretty much right. I'm just gonna go to the eliminations because I only just like the eliminations. Alright, so let's see. Say for Gatey, Rocky, Lollipop, Taco, and Cloudy. The bottom two are Yellowface and Balloony. Even if Yellowface was the one having the nightmare, his popularity has gone down significantly after stealing limbs in Teapot and being purplist in BFDIA. As for Balloony, I imagine Cloudy would have a good amount of focus as for one of the people who actually likes Yellowface. That would result in Balloony getting much less screen time, so Yellowface gets to survive into the next team phase. I don't think Balloony and Cloudy are popular enough to survive very long on a team together. They only lasted long because of an immunity streak that would make Cloudier jealous. Immunity or not, he did make it pretty far, so he's got that going for him. The Fist lost for just not, meaning they've officially lost half of the challenges. Save for our Book and Price Tag. The bottom two are Pillow and Leafy. Pillow, similar to Yellowface, had her popularity to take a nosedive after what she did in Teapot 9. Leafy's just here because Book and Taggy became friends, but she wouldn't even come close to being eliminated. Leafy and Fiery finally made up, which would get her a ton of votes. Pillow simply can't compete with what the rest of her team did this episode, which makes her the final elimination before phase 2. Oh, yeah, I was also going to say the elimination order here. Okay, so the elimination order here is Foldy, Fries, Basketball, Donut, Spongy, Naily, Pie, Flower, Saw, Needle, Lightning, Profiley, Bomby, Puffball, Barf Bag, Nickel, Coiny, Balloony, and Pillow so far. And now we just split into new teams. Death Pact yet again is Remote, Black Hole, Fanny, Tree, Bottle, Marker, Pin, Gatey, Blocky. Team 2 is Snowball, Price Tag, Book, Eraser, X-Cube, Grassy, Teardrop, Leafy, and Ruby. For Do is Pen, TV, TB, Cake, Bubble, Rocky, Taco, Loser, and Gelatin. And for Cloudier is Golf Ball, Yellowface, Cloudy, Winner, Fiery, Eggy, Lollipop, Woody, and Clock. And let's just see if we can get to eliminations. I'm going to say for Golf Ball, Winner, Lollipop, Fiery, Woody, Cloudy, and Eggy. The bottom two are Yellowface and Clock. Yellowface already has a disadvantage for being a non-object, and also for stealing limbs. Clock's storyline has been wrapped up neatly with a bow, so there isn't really much for him to stick around. I don't think this elimination really comes off as a surprise. Clock is out. Yellowface at least had some relevance this episode. Clock barely did anything at all. He only even made it to this point since his team never lost in the first place. Now that he did, well, he's out. Moving on to the next elimination. Save for Tennis Ball, Pen, Taco, TV, Bubble, Gelatin, and Loser. The bottom two are Rocky and Cake. There's not really much that Revolve can say about these two. They're not very popular and also didn't do much in this episode. There is at least one deciding factor here, though. Rocky made a deal with one and got his legs back, which is a pretty big deal. And by now, the Rocky hate should have died down enough to allow him to be safe. There honestly isn't much more I can say about Cake. Oh yeah, remember how this video was about everyone switching to Teapot? And guess what? Just like how Lion Pencil debuted in Teapot 13, that means all 10 of the Exiters are joining right here, right now. I'll send the link soon. Well, guys, Team 2 is up first. Alright, let's see who's safe. Safe are grassy, teardrop, leafy, price tag, snowball, book, eraser, mostly due to all the splitting votes going between free smart and price tag, ruby, and ice cube, thanks to whatever is going on inside of her mind after what one did. And the bottom three are Bell, Bracelety, and 8-Ball. A real all-star lineup, huh? Looking at the bottom three, though, this should require barely any explanation. Bracelety got the third most abuse votes by a good margin, and a potential dynamic with Ice Cube is enough to save her for now. If it wasn't obvious by him barely mentioning these two during the challenges, they probably wouldn't have done much at all. So let's see. So Remote is the first day for Death Pact yet again. Marker and Pan are very popular. If Fiery Jr. acts like anything he did in Teapot 21, he'd still be safe. Tree and Bottle will most likely be safe. Stapy is also safe. And Gatey would most likely be safe, so Robot Flower and Blocky are all out. Time to send link. And if you guys want to join me in Roblox for Teapot. Alright, guys, here's my nickname if you guys want to join me. Oh my gosh, the people, no one is even joined BFDIA. Everyone's just focused around Teapot. For real. Anyone who wants to join, I sent the link. Go join now. I'm just gonna wait and just let them choose a character for me because I can't even give a fuck anymore. No one's even choosing the BFDIA characters. Like, really? As soon as I say that, the BFDIA characters are starting to disappear. Hey, I'm a profile picture. The profile, it doesn't have much skins. Gravity Bell, Spire TV, and Frank and Eraser, but I already have Frank and Eraser, though. Anyone gonna join or not?